Hey guys, this is Kristen with HK Wax Center. For this video, I'm going to show you guys how to properly apply a hard wax strip so that way you can avoid any kind of breaking, cracking, and that it shows you how to effectively remove the hair. Now before I get started, after you watch this video, if you have any additional questions or anything like that, go below and check out my description. I always fill that out, and I'll have a corresponding blog post on my website that's linked in there too. And then again, if you want to subscribe to my channel or follow me on any of the other social media pages, Facebook, Google, Instagram, Twitter, they're all down there, so check those out. But I am making this video honestly because I'm constantly seeing waxing reviews or tutorials or stuff like that from other people online, and they'll put it on and take it off and, oh, this wax sucks because of, see, it's cracking and breaking, and they're not applying the strip properly. So if you're not applying the strip properly, it's not going to come out and it's going to suck. So I'm tired of seeing that, and I'm going to show you how to do it the correct way. Now, for this one, I have 4 major key points. The quality of the wax that you're using. You want to make sure that the wax is heated to the proper temperature. You need to prep the area correctly. And then the last one is how to actually apply it, which I'll show you all of that. Now, first one, quality of wax. So as you know, if you've been following me, if not, welcome. But I use Star Pill. I just switched over from Mermaid to Star Pill. I've been extremely happy with the way that the wax works and the effectiveness of it. So if anyone has not tried out before, check that out too. There's also a link down there that you can go direct to their website and look it up, but they're awesome. So if you've used even Mermaid, Pill is another one that it's very similar to. You'll like Star Pill as well. So for this video demonstration, you'll see me use Star Pill's Blue Film Hard Wax, which has been my favorite. So quality wax is extremely important. I have tried all kinds of waxes. I've ordered from random websites online, even Amazon, and it really does make a difference. If you get a low quality wax, it's gonna break on you no matter what. It's a nightmare to work with and doesn't pull out the hair, and it's going to hurt your client, and they're not going to come back to you, which is the whole point. We're trying to make money here. So quality wax is the #1 key thing. You have to get a good quality wax. Now you need to make sure that that wax is heated correctly. If it's not heated correctly, it's not going to perform how you want it to. So if the wax is too hot, you're going to burn somebody and potentially take their skin off with it when you pull it off, and that's not good. If it's too cold, it's not going to be able to adhere to the hair, which means it's not going to come out, which is also bad. So for hard wax, you want to get the consistency close to either like honey or molasses. I'll kind of show you a little demonstration for how to know when it's the right temperature. Before I wax a client, after I heat it up, I always test it out on myself first. I'll do a little, strip on the back of my hand or something like that on my arm, just to make sure that it's at the perfect consistency so that I know I'm gonna get the results that I need. So for the right consistency, I'll show you what it should look like. Now I'll test it this way. I'll get all the wax on one side of my wax stick, and I'll hold it upside down like that. So you'll see it, you'll see it does move, but it moves slowly. So it's not all just it's not dripping off automatically, which is exactly what you want. That's the perfect consistency. Again, if it's too hot, it's gonna burn your client. If it's too cold, it's not gonna come out how you want it to. Next thing, prepping the area so that it is clean and sanitary for you to work with. For all of us, dirt, makeup, sweat, all of that stuff, it's going to affect your wax as well. So you need to prep your client so that you know that their skin is ready to accept the wax that you're going to put on it. So you got to cleanse the skin first, some kind of cleanser. After that, I always put on some type of oil. I use sesame oil, but everyone's got their own preference. But that just adds an extra barrier between your client's skin and the wax. And then depending on what it is, if it's Brazilian, really only if it's a Brazilian, or underarms too, then I'll just put a little bit of baby powder. That helps add any sweat or anything like that. If your client's nervous, that's going to get rid of it. If it's brows, face, arms, legs, I don't use baby powder because it just doesn't make sense. But especially Brazilian, bikini, underarms, I always just add a little bit, and that's again one more little barrier between your client's skin and the wax. So the actual waxing process. Let's see, how to apply it. Pressure. You need to make sure you're using the right amount of pressure. If you're not pushing hard enough, you're not going to be able to get to as close to the skin as possible. So it's going to snap the hairs and it's not going to come out. So pressure is key. I promise you, unless you're like digging in their skin, you're not going to hurt them. They'll be fine. So pressure, making a smooth edge, which I'll show you here. Actually, I'll do it right now. Having a smooth edge is going to allow the wax to be pulled off in one smooth strip, so that it's not breaking and cracking all over you. So I'll show you an example. Okay, let's see if I can get this in the camera here. So first strip always goes with the hair growth cycle. So my arm hair goes this way, so I'm going to apply it upwards. So can you see this? With pressure, we're going to go up and curve the top and make a lip at the end, and then come back and make sure that that edge is smooth. So, as I got wax all over my other hand here. Okay, so if you look at this strip, you'll see the edges here are nice and smooth. They're not, what do you call it? They're not really thin. That's one of the biggest things, that if the edges are too thin, when you pull it at the top, it's going to just go all over the place. It's not going to come off in one strip. Also, making a lip at the end. So for a lip, you just add a little bit extra wax at the end right there, so that when you pull it off just like that, it's going to come in one smooth piece. That's really important for making sure that your wax strips come off perfectly. And then making sure that you're also not making the wax too thin. If it's too thin, then it's going to break. It's just inevitable. So when you pull it off just like that, it comes off in one pretty strip. Anyway, so I'll show you again. So this was the first strips, and then we would do a cleanup. Technically, that would be next. Now, with my cleanup, same thing. Get all the wax on one end of the strip. We're gonna go in the opposite direction. So get all of the wax off. Start at the top, come down, apply pressure. Do it again. Make my lip at the end, and then come back up. Just like that. It's perfect. So again, one more time, applying pressure, making sure that your edges are nice and smooth, and then making your lip at the bottom. Now, the biggest thing I see for these ugly strips that people do online, I'll actually show you an example of what it looks like, just so that you can understand what I'm talking about. Okay, let's see if I can do this here. We'll go upwards. So people they'll literally just go up, no real art to what they're doing. They just try to all pull it up in one way so that it's all frayed like that. You see how thin that is and how ugly that looks? It's uneven compared to this one. Don't do this. You're not going to be happy with the result. Do it like this. It's going to look much better. And it's going to come off in one pretty strip. Now this one, we'll see how this turns out. This is probably going to hurt. Yep. Because, there we go. Okay. And this is going to happen too. So you're going to have all these little wax bits left over, which then you have to go back and attempt to get off which is going to be really difficult. So don't do it. It's a perfect example of using a high quality wax, but applying it incorrectly. It's not going to come out the way you want it to. So before you do any kind of tutorial or really have like an honest opinion about a certain type of wax or anything like that, make sure that you're applying it the right way, because I promise it will change your life. So that's pretty much it. If you have any other questions or anything, let me know. But apply pressure, have smooth edges, make your lip at the end, and then apply it in the direction of the hair growth, and you will be golden. So any other questions, let me know, guys. I'm always happy to answer them for you. Just drop a comment, and I try to answer them within 24 to 48 hours. I'll do my best. If not, just because I'm busy, but I'll try at least. So phone number here is 512-501-2767. Thanks for watching. Bye, guys.